Today begins a new year in the Vikings franchise rebuild. Welcome back, everybody. We have just wrapped up an offseason that saw us make a couple impressive additions, I think, to the team. And I'm really excited to see how Richard Hudick plays behind an even improved offensive line that has Lael Collins as a key free agent pickup. And then in the first round, we went offensive line again, Lane Quincy. This was kind of a pick we didn't need to make, as we do have Keith Boyce, but I think that there is potential here. If we want to stay really young, we could move Quincy to left guard and Boyce could play at center, or the opposite could happen as well. But I think we have a really good offensive line built. Of course, we have the playmakers, and given the way he played in the playoffs, I think we have the quarterback. Richard Hudick, Super Bowl MVP as a rookie. What does he have in store for his sophomore season? I did see some feedback about J.D. McGraw's development, and I will change this one to superstar, partially because for an offensive lineman to lose one of their developments, it's kind of unfair because they can't put up any sort of stats or anything. You know, they can't run for 1,000 yards, so it's kind of weird when they lose theirs and there isn't any data to base it off of, like pass rush win rate or something that they could put into the game and just haven't. NFL head coach had stuff like that. Well, let's go to defense now. What do we think about this unit? Because late in the season, they really came on. And we're returning basically the same defense, but we're missing Harrison Smith, who retired after his storybook conclusion to his career last playoffs. We also bring in a new rookie pass rusher. We've had kind of a struggle finding rookies in the draft that can produce, and Jalen Rice is the newest player to have a chance. Going to move him to outside linebacker and really want to see him get a chance to show what he can do. Why can't I move up? As we've gotten a lot of depth now along the offensive line, we could look to trade Ezra Cleveland, but I'm not sure what we'd be targeting right now, so we can wait to see if there's an injury or if something opens up. But I don't see this team as having a lot of holes. Where I think one could arise is maybe along the D-line, but it wasn't a big problem last season. Another spot that's a bit thin now is at safety, and it's not really a spot that I addressed in the offseason. We did take a player in the 7th round, but we have Lewis Seen, and then what do we know about Tracy Hines? Not much at this point, and then Andre Sisco and Reed Ellington make out the rest of our safeties, so that's one spot to keep an eye on. And we're changing Tracy Hines' number to 36, and he's getting the purple shooter sleeve. For our focus players, we'll have Lane Quincy and Jalen Rice, the two rookies with the most upside, and then our quarterback Richard Hudick, at least for the time being. We have a training camp standout storyline here in preseason, and it's for Josh Ballard, who was the very first draft pick of this series. And I think for him, if he's making a big difference, and if he's turning the corner, it's got to be all about him being able to rush the passer. He's definitely going to find himself in some of our pass rush packages this year. And that would be a way for us to keep Deron Payne fresh, hopefully. So, Josh Ballard getting a nice boost here in his, what would this be, year 3? Here's how the preseason went. And actually, we turned the ball over a fair bit, and Richard Hudick had 4 interceptions. Not what we want to see there, but at least it's only preseason. And then what I'm really excited for is what can the running game do? We had Michael Carter and Dalvin Cook average over 4 yards a carry. Ty Chandler as well. So Dalvin Cook, we are expecting him to hopefully do better behind this line after averaging only 3.9 yards a carry in 2024. For some reason here in year 2 of the series, we were able to get him up to 4.6 a carry, but the 3.8s and 3.9s are not going to be cutting it. And then at receiver, we got T. Higgins, Quan Alexander producing. Alexander's somebody that I saw some feedback on as far as, you know, about his fit at running back, and it would actually be an excellent fit. It's just Madden doesn't give you enough flexibility for playing guys as running back and receiver, which is a bit ridiculous. They should just let you do what you want with that part of the depth chart. We've seen some players kind of split time there, you know, Cordero Patterson, and then have it easier to put a guy like Deebo Samuel in the backfield, but instead they like to make certain packages. They'll have the Deebo Samuel package and throw 6 plays in there and call that done. And the Taysom Hill situation, same thing. Free up the depth chart. There are already some of the fastest players in the league playing quarterback. When you look at Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, and Malik Willis, if somebody wants to, you know, end up putting Tyreek Hill at quarterback, I think that's just the chance you take. You know, just open up the depth charts. Defensively, tackles for loss, nobody really stands out, but the starters lead the way with 2 each. Daniil, Ballard, Ventura with the pass rushing. So thankfully, Ballard's production matches what we did with that storyline. He's held on to his star development, and he hasn't really been much of a pass rusher throughout the first 2 years of his career. But if it can still get better, he might just be a player that peaks a little bit later than some others, and that's fine. He was a 32nd overall selection. But also, he played far less snaps last year. So if you're talking about just production per snap, it was a sizable jump in his second year. 1 pick, and it's for Mr. Irrelevant, who is probably going to stick to the roster. Reed Ellington. Mainly because of special teams. But I should probably look to add another safety as a true backup because he's not ready for that quite yet. Also, we have to free up number 10. Like, he's Mr. Irrelevant. He should wear something like 47. Not much in terms of upgrading, actually. But we have J.D. McGraw, right guard. I like this offensive line we've put together, and that's a really nice running game upgrade for him. And there are the ratings. The only thing that's not green is the pass block power, and that will come with time. We'll start things off here. We release tight end Nick Muse. I like him as a backup, but we're going to try to have Andrew Pemberton stay on the practice squad this year. We are going to release Tariq Woolen. This was like base roster Tariq Woolen, so it's not working out. He doesn't have practice squad eligibility, so unfortunately, it just didn't work out for this series. And we're going to release Jalen Naylor, which will open up a spot for the 5th receiver job, and that's going to be filled by Marcus Hall, who has similar skills to like KJ Hamler. Similar build. I mean, he's only an inch shorter, same weight, but he's just a speedy burner for big play upside, basically. And he can also return kicks. Got some interesting guys going on the practice squad, too. We're going to bring in Iowa State rookie Darrell Owens, a player who has more of a slot archetype with really good speed as well. I don't know if I actually want to play him, but he would be excellent depth to have if we don't. And I'd like to bring in Eddie Jackson, veteran who spent time with Chicago. To make room, Darnell Hartwell will go to the practice squad. So here's what we have going into week 1. And this is what I have for the offensive line. So I want to play Quincy as a rookie, and he's getting the start at center because we have to put Lael Collins somewhere. We have Darius Saw and Brian O'Neill. They're both good tackles. Ideally, you'd probably have Collins playing tackle, but for the best 5-man combination, I think this would be it. And I'm excited to see how we run the football this year and what Hudit can do protected by these 5. And then defensively, I think I might try, just rotating players a bit at that safety spot, but I think we'll start out with Andre Cisco. Has a good blend of like awareness, coverage, and speed. Jackson's lost some of his speed. Hines doesn't have the awareness yet at like 62. So I have Cisco there for now, but that's possibly going to change. And then I want Marcus Hall as our punt and kick returner. Here are the specialists. You're going to see, hopefully, us get some action for the rookie Jalen Rice here or there. That would be great. But I think we're ready to look into this new season now as we open against the Kansas City Chiefs. That means Patrick Mahomes facing the Vikings defense. What is our goal after last year? Well, how can you have it be anything less than going to the Super Bowl and winning after winning it this year? We do have our camp standout storyline continuing, and that's going to open the door for Josh Ballard, who will be on the field a lot more. And let's see what the goal is here. I've never been more ready, coach. I didn't put all this work in just to come up short. 2 combined sacks and tackles for loss. So what's the key to victory here? Is it stopping Patrick Mahomes or dominating offense? I'm going to say it's the offense. I think sometimes your best weapon against the best quarterbacks in the league is just outscoring them. I want to get to the running game too this week. I want to see us hopefully have a rejuvenated run game for Dalvin Cook with some big play upside and a team that can close out games when they have leads in the fourth quarter. Kansas City, of course, has Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Chris Jones leads the defense. Creed Humphrey has become a great Pro Bowl caliber center. Devin White has joined the defense. Joe Tooney. Travis Kelce is still playing here at 35 years old. They have Justin Reed, Harrison Butker, L'Jarius Sneed. So it doesn't appear like they've made a lot of additions. There was Devin White. But the receiver situation now, you have Juju, Kendrick Bourne, and Van Jefferson with Joe McGee, a rookie 89 overall receiver, or 89 speed receiver. He's got hidden dev. So Joe McGee is their new guy they have here, wearing number 85. And they took him in the second round. We're the defending Super Bowl champions. And I wish they had like some sort of banner hanging ceremony in this game. That would be incredible. Don't think we're ever going to see that in franchise, just ever. But Richard Hudick entering year 2, a lot to prove to show that last year wasn't a fluke and we can do more than just have one fortunate run to the Super Bowl. Remember, we never faced a team seeded higher than 4 the entire time, which is extremely uncommon. But all we could do is win who they had us play, and we took care of business, blowing out 3 of those teams, winning a close game in the wild card against Arizona. But I think that this version of the Vikings is a stronger team with less holes and more experience for a lot of these young players that we've been counting on. So, the Super Bowl was fun, but now we move on. The season is underway, and Patrick Mahomes will get us started in Minneapolis. And the Vikings come out with a 4-man front, and it's a solid run up the middle on first down for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Mahomes looking to throw for the first time between defenders. He squeezes that one in. It's caught for a gain of 9. That was Van Jefferson. That's a run inside and a good one again for KC. They have a really good offensive line as well. I looked at their full roster and it's just solid everywhere. There isn't a big hole you worry about. Maybe there isn't like that dominant wide receiver. We bring pressure. Mahomes. He's sacked by Ballard. Make sure he gets that, because Igbenogany hit him first. Oh, wait, actually, no. I had my numbers off. That was actually Dion Robinson who's going to get credit for the sack. So the second-year defender will get there. Still waiting on Josh Ballard. But he'll be out there just as much as Dion Robinson. 2nd and 22. Got to set the screen up and get it to 3rd and 18. This is 3rd down. Stepping up. It goes outside. And the Vikings will get off the field. Here is Richard Hudick, coming off a very unlikely run to the Super Bowl where he became a Super Bowl MVP. Got benched after only 2 games and then returned later in the season. A different quarterback. Saw him play some good football down the stretch. A big reason was having Justin Jefferson in the slot, and that's going to continue this season. As we run it straight ahead on first down, it's a 3-yard gain for Dalvin Cook. We got a bunch on the left side, a little motion with Jefferson, but it's Cook again. And he's held to about 4 yards that time. 3rd down now for the Vikings. They'll throw for the first time, wanting the conversion, and it's caught by Quan Alexander. Four-man rush. The ball goes to Higgins. First down, Minnesota. Higgins on a long-term contract with us, so he's going to be here hopefully for a long time. Thought he had a good first year in Minnesota, and if he played all 17 with Hudick, I'd like to see what the numbers look like. Dalvin carries on first down, trying to get past the defensive line, just can't do it yet. Nice protection. Alexander's open again. If we get pockets like this on a regular basis, how are teams going to keep up with our receivers? Brian Petrovsky could still be playing behind a line, playing that nice. Herb Smith is alone to the left on 2nd down. Blitz picked up. This one is incomplete, but check the flag. Pass interference against Kansas City. I didn't see a whole lot there, but I'll take it. Hudick to the air on first down. Feeling some pressure, actually, as they do get through the interior. And that's where you're going to have McGraw and Quincy. So 2 young guys there in the middle, but veterans on the other 3 spots. Check down to Dalvin. It'll be 3rd and 6, maybe 5. A long opening drive for Minnesota. Hudick on 3rd down. Up top! It is incomplete for Jefferson. So we'll bring out Justin Tucker, who has stuck around for another season, and the Vikings are on the board. KC takes over. They had some early success running, and now that is Josh Ballard. That could be a tackle for loss, but he's hurt. So this is the sequence that basically plays after all the injuries. They always go into the locker room. Please be all right. He did lose about a foot. So that was a tackle for loss, and now a stop on Edwards-Helaire by Oldham sets up 3rd down. Mahomes looking for the conversion. Throwing it short. It's caught. First down to number 3, Van Jefferson. On first down, pass caught. Travis Kelce's turn to get involved. They're not updating me yet when it comes to Ballard. I think that could be a bad sign, as the run won't quite get a conversion. Half yard to go on 3rd down, and they'll just run it straight ahead. And this is such a good matchup to see just how we handle their offensive line, their defensive line, and then can we make it tough on Mahomes at all? We got some pressure. He's going down again. We blitz Asamoah, and the blitzes have paid off. Facing another tough 3rd down. KC needs 10. Sending pressure again, and this pass is off the arm of Keyshawn Oldham and incomplete. Strong start for Minnesota. We take over at our own 21 now. And Hudick goes back to work with pressure in his face, and he does not run away from Chris Jones. So again, if we're going to get pressure anywhere, you'd expect it inside. It's our weakest part and their strongest with Chris Jones. Kind of expected this to possibly be a high-scoring shootout, but We'll see about that. Nice run by Dalvin Cook, breaking it out to the right side. Thought that drive was basically over after the first down sack, but Dalvin says not so fast. Gonna go spread out on second down. There's Higgins underneath, right at the marker. Hudick on a deep drop on first down. Off the mark for Justin Jefferson. And now McGraw is shaken up. I will say we're one of few teams that can probably handle an offensive line injury, but still not ideal. Dalvin running into the Chiefs' front. He's held to a short gain. Who makes a play now on third down? Minnesota needs the KC-47. That's caught. First down, Jefferson. First grab of the season for Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings have a new set of downs. Play action now. Hudick underthrown, but he did get it to Irv Smith. Haven't really seen him open it up quite yet. 3rd and 3 for the Vikes. That's a quick throw. Jefferson again. Just getting these lasers out quickly. 12-yard pickup that time. Ball coming out faster than Tom Brady with the Bucks or Big Ben last year with the Steelers. Not even a chance to get after him if the ball's out that fast. 1st and 10. A little bit longer now to the end zone and too far. We've had some good third down conversions. Looking for 9 this time. Hudick complete but shy of the marker to Alexander. Do you think about going for it here? Minnesota didn't apparently. So not a ton of scoring thus far. The defenses have actually been tough. Kansas City gets it back and they go 3 and out with superstar X-Factor Cam Dantzler knocking away a third down pass. We'll sim out a drive here for Minnesota unless they get across midfield, and they're close. There it is, back-to-back 14-yarders and trying to find that first touchdown before the break and hopefully limit KC getting another possession in this half. We go spread out and run it. Here's Dalvin, and he takes it down to the 34. The fake to Cook on second down. Irv Smith is going to lose a little bit this time. Sets up third down, and Kansas City just trying to keep holding us to field goals. Got to get 2, willing to throw. Got it to Higgins. First down. 14 for 19, a $120 for Richard Hudick. Blitz coming. Passes caught by Jefferson around the 20. 75% of Hudick's passes have been complete. He'll stay in the air on second down, and they just keep giving us a lot of the same stuff. That's 6 catches now for Higgins. I think they're blitzing the safeties here. Ball should come out quick in that case. First down, Alexander. Nice little back shoulder throw there. Hudick is cooking here early on these quick passes. 5 yards out, looking for 6. Dalvin down to the 1. Why do we call timeout? Just keep bleeding the clock. Hand off Cook, and he's in for the touchdown as the Vikings find pay dirt. And they have opened up a lead now, 2 scores over KC. Going to be 13-0. This kind of feels like a critical stage for Mahomes in this game. 44 seconds to go in the first half. They have a big 0 on the scoreboard. We're keeping their offense off the field. There have not been many possessions because we've had long ones on our side. After a gain of 6, perhaps a conversion there. It wasn't. At their own 35, they face 3rd and short. Pressure picked up. Mahomes deep, off the mark for Smith-Schuster. That's a stop. We have a chance here if we want to try getting a chunk throw, but the short one is what we go to instead. 17 seconds left. And now just running it, so we're going to halftime with a very nice lead over Kansas City. We've played a really good game to this point, but got to keep it up. You know, Mahomes can wake this offense up at any moment. We've ran 42 plays to their 22. It hurts to have 3 and outs when the other team is putting together long 10-play drives. On top of that, we're getting the football to begin the second half. So you already feel like Kansas City is a bit behind the 8 ball, looking for a 3 and out to get this second half underway. And we'll see how we do. I like what the offense has been doing. I mean, we're taking what KC's giving. We've kept the ball out of harm's way. We've ran the ball well. Off the fake now. Hudick's going to float and got it to Jefferson. There's a gain of about 23. Got all this momentum on our side. Man, what a great game this has gone to this point. That is caught. First down, Jefferson. You build a good offensive line, you make everything else a whole lot easier. Look at that protection. Wide open Alexander. Now you hit him with the running game. Dalvin taken down. Has not gotten into the second level a ton. Had one nice 20-yard run where KC missed an opportunity after a sack on a first down. Now it's Alexander all the way out. He'll take it to the 2. And that one's for those of you that think he should be playing running back. That's perhaps an appetizer of what that would be like. It's not out of the question either in the future. I think there you worry less about ratings and you just worry about, do you have a skill set to get the job done? First down and goal. Oh my, they swarmed him. What do we think here? One of the tight ends maybe getting involved. They've been quiet. 3rd and goal, Minnesota. Hudick looks toward the end zone. Dumps it for Dalvin, and he does not score. The offense stays in the game. They will go for it on 4th and goal from 3 yards out. Hudick throws and got the touchdown to T. Higgins. And the Vikings have increased their lead 19-0 over Kansas City. Again, the protection is incredible. And now we're going for 2. I love it. Empty backfield for Richard Hudick. Blitz coming. Wide open Irv Smith. And you could not ask for a better situation for this team to be in. On the night you hang the championship banner, 21-0, the Chiefs have run all of like 21 plays. Well, 3rd quarter underway for Patrick Mahomes, and that's incomplete with Asamoah covering Juju. 58 yards passing. A bunch on the bottom here on 2nd down as they run it into the teeth of this defense. I never saw an update, by the way, on Ballard, but he's clearly back in. That's really good news. 3rd and 8. Mahomes throwing it deep. It is incomplete. We had 2 defenders on Smith-Schuster. Kansas City cannot afford to keep going 3 and out. How many plays was our first drive here the second half? Another 8 to 10 play drive? Marcus Hall runs it back to the 37. Man, we look good. Fake to Dalvin, dropped. Irv Smith shaken up on the play. This is the 2nd time Kansas City has picked up a first down sack. Last time Dalvin burned him. 2nd and long. Deep drop. Time. Off the mark. They have really stacked the box here as they're bringing all kinds of pressure. Dalvin Cook wrapped up. Excellent defensive sequence. Kansas City trying this again. They'll run it here with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he meets Josh Ballard. I think whether or not he hits on this scenario, Ballard's become a pretty good player. Holding on there, it's not a TFL. And now they go 3rd down and 7. This seems like a team without an answer at this point. Mahomes trying to make it happen. Going deep again. Knocked away. They just can't do it. The Vikings have forced another 3 and out of Mahomes and the Chiefs. This is just such a perfect game being pitched right now by Minnesota. Hudick on 1st down. Gonna sail it. That's caught by Alexander. Nothing's going KC's way. L'Jarius Sneed can't make a play on it. Hudick heads to the air again. That one's complete. Jefferson to the 22. 6 incompletions to this point for Richard Hudick. I just love watching the offensive line every play. They're just so good. I think the last time the Vikings had a line this good, Gus Frerotte was throwing to Bernard Berrien. 3rd and 1, that's a 1st down to Irv Smith. Yeah, they actually had a really good line for a while, but it was like they had no quarterback or receivers. Check out the roster of the Vikings when Adrian Peterson ran for 296 against the Chargers. Dalvin runs downhill and takes it to the 2. I think Brooks Bollinger might have started that game or at least played in it. Running, Dalvin diving in for 6, touchdown, Minnesota. What a game. The route is on. Both Brooks Bollinger and Tavares Jackson played in that game. I do not remember why both played. But the leading receivers in that game for Minnesota, they had Sidney Rice, who was good, had a good career. Robert Ferguson, because they always have to have a former Packer on the team. It's just kind of a rule. They had Chester Taylor, Adrian Peterson, Visante Shanko, Bobby Wade. Bobby Wade, man. Anyway, it's 28-0. Speaking of Adrian Peterson. And Kansas City they look like a team that can't do anything right. Patrick Mahomes is needing an opening day miracle. They run it. Not well. Ballard's there. That should be 2. That should be 2 right there. If they counted the first one where CEH lost a foot, that's 2 TFLs. Give me one more for good measure. Pressure's there. Ballard! TFL number 3. Had some help from Oldham. Give me a sack now. 3rd down and 16. How many 3 and outs are we at, by the way? Who's keeping track of that? Mahomes. Oh, no. Lost the ball. Oh, it's going to be. Yes. Safety. Unbelievable. 30-0 Minnesota. What on earth just happened? That's another TFL, by the way, for Josh Ballard, I'm pretty sure, technically speaking. Daniil Hunter knocked the ball out. Dude, how did this happen? I can't even, start putting in backups because I have the Super Sim bug, so I'm unable to back out. But I never expected a game like this, and we haven't had too many on any of my teams that have been this bad. We've had a lot of blowout wins, but we're talking this is bad. This is top 1 percentile blowout game. I know it took a little while to build this lead. My goodness, he's so good right now. Picking them apart. The best news for Kansas City is that this game is almost over. We are headed to the fourth quarter. The Chiefs have run 30 plays and are averaging just over 2 yards a play. Dalvin, right up the middle. How many 10-plus yard plays have they given up? Dalvin, it opens up for him. Inside the 10, touchdown. 3 on the day for Dalvin Cook, and the Vikings lead 36-0. We're not playing on rookie either. This is all pro, default sliders. You have to build a good team if you're going to win a game like this. If I'm not mistaken, Kansas City hasn't been great in this series. I could be off. But they're not looking any good right now. And now I'm hoping to see us pitch the shutout. Marcus Hall's down there. Wide receiver Marcus Hall. With that kind of kick coverage. Everybody's feeling it right now. Mahomes from the 18, just sending it downfield. Oh, what is happening? It's caught by a Chief. Well, that's the only way they can make plays, apparently. It almost got him a first down. That'll have to do. They avoid a 3-and-out. 3-man rush, get it to Kelsey. And he gets 8 yards. If the Chiefs come back and win this game, I'll post 48 episodes tomorrow. Second down. A little underhand flip from Mahomes. That was kind of cool. You know, for the longest time, I couldn't quite pinpoint the longest comeback in NFL history. And now that's not going to be an issue. But it does mean that no one's ever come back from 37 points down. Got it to Kelsey again on first down. So as soon as they throw to Kelsey, it starts to work. You know, it's easy to forget about that for 3.5 quarters. Chiefs are driving for the first time in the entire game. Intercepted! The Vikings keep the shutout intact. Andrew Booth. He's played phenomenal. Vikings take over. And there's more Dalvin Cook coming your way, KC. Get the rookie in there. Get Devontae Dalton on the field, man. That'd be great right now. 3rd and 2. Downfield and off the mark. But can we keep the shutout intact is the question. That's caught. And getting away, there's Kendrick Bourne with a nice catch and run. 5 minutes left. Do we close so quick? If that's how they have to get their plays, I'm not even worried about it. Not that I'm worried about anything in this game, just thinking broadly about the season. Mahomes sends an air ball to the sideline. 3rd and 4. Wide open. Travis Kelsey gets slammed down by Asamoah. We're just dropping 8 every play like it's the Big 12. Mahomes feels back at home at Texas Tech. Gain of 5. That's pretty good protection, and he does get it across the middle. Kansas City to the 14, looking for a piece of positivity to take away from the end of this game. A flip, Kendrick Bourne, gonna lose yardage. Might want to save that one for a different game. 2 minutes to go. Pass is caught. Smith-Schuster does not score. 2 yards away from their first points. Mahomes to throw. Caught for the touchdown. Just barely. Kendrick Bourne gets Kansas City on the board. And now it's only a 30-point game. The celebration for Minnesota has already begun. They won the Super Bowl in dominant fashion, and their streak of multi-score victories will continue this week as we look to close this one out. I wish they'd just take knees. Like, you know the CPU's not going to take a timeout. They're programmed not to do it here late if it's like a 3-score game. So just take a knee. What more can I say about this game? This is a Minnesota Vikings team that looks to be a true force and perhaps is an even more dominant version of the team that just won the Super Bowl. I think that our trench play is going to give us a chance to blow a lot of teams out, quite frankly. And we now know what it looks like when Richard Hudick is well protected. It's unstoppable. Hudick throws for 292 yards in this game with a touchdown. Mahomes, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Dalvin Cook had a great game behind this offensive line. Had 3 touchdowns, broke off a couple nice runs. One was 20 yards, and one I think was like 19 or something. Jefferson, when the ball's thrown his way, he's going to catch it. We had Higgins have 7 catches. Alexander looked really good as well. We gave up 1 sack with J.D. McGraw. We'll have to check on his injury. Josh Ballard, 3 TFLs. Not even worried about that. Knocks out that scenario with ease. Hey, they saved the replay here, and all it says is impact play. And this was the safety. Mahomes sees Danielle Hunter beat the right tackle. Fumbles it. Picked up by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But his momentum brings him to the end zone. And it's over. The plan this year is to certainly move at a faster pace. And we are going to be doing some simulating next episode and going back to simulating while waiting for a big storyline to occur or for us to play a big game. We weren't able to have the success that we planned for, but getting the win is a good way to temper the disappointment. What are we disappointed about? Them scoring? Or because we didn't run the ball? We did run the ball well. What is there to be disappointed by? All right, camp standout. This doesn't usually hit. Like, I haven't had this continue many times. Josh Ballard. He's not going to be wasting any of his opportunities. Certainly didn't today. 10,000 experience for Josh Ballard. I thought that might be a dev increase. But 10k XP is a couple upgrades. We had to play the long game. But I think that this pick is finally paying off for us in a big way. We'll upgrade his run stopping and his power rushing. And then I'll probably start to spread it out and think about that speed rusher maybe here and there. But Josh Ballard, man, I think he's a real playmaker. You know what? First draft pick of this series, he's earned himself the captain's patch now. He's earned it. When we continue next time here with the Vikings, we're going to have games against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Giants, and the Detroit Lions. And I'm interested in that Lions game as the first division game of the year, and we'll know, if they're off to a good start by then. They're 1-0 right now. But you can't top what we just did. The Josh Ballard's breakout is going to continue, it looks like, and that might be for the depth trade increase. And this is a Pittsburgh offensive line that's been really shaky. Now, I am planning to simulate that game most likely. So we have to start speeding things up, I think. You can let me know what you'd like to see next time, though. And I'll hope to deliver a great season of content here for you guys. But thank you all for watching and supporting the series. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and more Vikings franchise will be coming your way next time. Have a great day.